get it. Microphone check. Baby, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
you are now rocking with the best.
It's not some
Baby. One time,
still shining.
respect my swag.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
and this is
Another episode.
a swingers
After dark. What time is it? It's time to get live.
and this is your host. Not some baby.
Let's go, champ.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. I hope you guys had a wonderful day today at work, a productive day. I hope you guys gearing up for the weekend, whatever shenanigans you got planned or whatever you got planned in general, you know. As you guys can see, I got a website posted up there, right? It is nasonblaze.com. nasonblaze.com. And that is the website for the homie Wavy GQ and the debut of his new book, and is simply entitled Fuck. It is an erotic comedy, guys, an erotic comedy. And when I was talking to Wave earlier, I kept fucking it up. I was like, romance? He was like, no, erotic comedy. I was like, comedy? He was like, no, erotic comedy. So I made sure it stuck. You feel me? So what's going on with you, Deuce?
Nothing much, man. Easy day, piece of cake, even though it's cloudy out, nice ass day. Excellent topic, without question. So I'm looking forward to see where it came from, what motivated it from my man Wavy. And I'm ready to get this thing, moving. Let's get it popping.
Yeah, let's get it going. So guys, what we're talking about here, right, are people using the LS as a coping mechanism. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a Wavy to the thread. Since it's his topic, we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk about his book, and I'm going to drop a little video for y'all in reference to coping mechanisms and so on and so forth. So without any further ado, the homie Wavy GQ.
What's good?
Wave?
I'm Mike, can you hear me?
I can hear you, good brother. What's good with you?
We can hear you.
I'm copacetic, I'm gravy, baby. So that's I got my tequila, I'm part Mexican. This is my Mexican side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm good. I can't do the Henny, so I got to show my Mexican side,
I feel you, Wave. I'm full black, so I'm sipping on that dark Henny right now. You feel me? That's how we gonna do it.
Wait, but I tell people I'm mixed. I'm black and blacker. You feel me? Like, you mix with something? Yeah, I'm mixed. I'm black and blacker.
Yo, Wave.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, dudes. Wave got a very unique sense of humor, man. And
I see.
For those of you who don't really get what I'm talking about, right? I'm gonna go to a clip real quick that Wave was on a dating show, so y'all can kind of see there's levels to the Wave. You dig what I'm saying?
Lorna Litz and I have had our issues, but tonight we're going speed dating. I mean, I want to get her away from this mystery man, and God knows we could all use a great guy. I'm Ivory.
I'm Ebony.
Oh, of course you're Ebony.
I like the outfit.
Thank you.
Got the zebra thing going.
Zebra thing, like feel like a blinged out zebra with a little gold.
It brings out the animal in me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, it brings out the animal in me.
Are you joking? What the hell is going on there?
Do you see yourself as a book or a puzzle?
I'm a puzzle.
You a puzzle?
Yeah.
So can I put you together?
Oh, are you kidding me right now?
I didn't even know they was gonna film a reality show. That was a speed dating event in downtown Manhattan. I didn't even know they was gonna film like a speed dating joint. So I said, when the camera started rolling, I said, fuck it, lights, cameras, action, baby. So I just started playing the role.
You get him that,
you know, so
get him that Chi-Town pimpology real quick for that ass, huh?
Yeah, I was just fucking around. I was just playing around. I wasn't serious, but they usually I know how to play to the camera. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did, and it worked. So I just did my one too.
So Deuce, man, I'm gonna throw the floor to you, good brother. If you got any questions you want to ask Wave, you want to start it off that way, and then we'll bounce back and forth, and then we just gonna have a great show, and we're gonna talk about this topic here. about people using the lifestyle as a coping mechanism. You feel me?
Word. Yeah,
All
I
right,
just
good
basically
brother.
wanted to
There you
know
go. The floor is yours.
from the yeah, I just wanted to know from the brother what exactly motivated the topic. I like the topic. I just wanted to know what his motivation was before we dove off into it.
Oh, got you. Okay, so we'll bounce back to Wave real quick. Wave, you heard the question. What motivated the topic, good brother?
Yo, it's crazy because I have a vanilla page and a lifestyle page. And what's crazy is that, you know, when I go to my vanilla page, everything seems so serene and tranquil and peaceful. But when I go to my wavy page, my lifestyle page, it's like it's a fucking zoo. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to a insane asylum. And it's like, you know, and the reason why I say that, because when people got, a lot of people got two pages as well. When they go, I notice when they go to their vanilla page, it's like they on their best behavior. You feel me? But when they go to their lifestyle page, it's like there's no holds bars. It's messiness. And a lot of people, they use the lifestyle as a way to escape. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle is supposed to be the dessert. It's not supposed to be the full course meal. That's why you see a lot of drama and beef, because people bring their baggage into the lifestyle instead of unpacking. You understand me? So it's crazy that my vanilla page, it feels like a vacation. My vanilla page, it's a shame that my vanilla life is an escape from the LS when it's supposed to be the other way around. And that's what a lot of people take the lifestyle serious, because they use it as a form of therapy. That's why when you go to parties and events, you know, a lot of people, they have a play session, and then the next day by checkout, they're in a whole relationship. Or, you know, they may meet somebody at a lifestyle party, they may be cool, and the next day, yo, this is my bestie, this is my road dog, this is my day one, this is my ace. But I'm like, yo, how can you say all that? You haven't assessed the situation, and you haven't appraised the person. So it's like people want to rush into things. It's like the lifestyle fills a void. When I came into the lifestyle, it did not fill a void. It was the supplement of what I already had. Like, it's the dessert. I can eat dessert, but I don't really need it. You feel me? I'm good with the 4-course meal, baby. So it's like a form of therapy. And then when that form of therapy blows up, then it's like all the demons come out, because they see it as something that's missing. And then when people feel like that you taking away that something, then they want to lash out. Then they want to be messy. So that's why I say the lifestyle is like a coping mechanism for a lot of people. And not for nothing, man, the lifestyle is a great place to really understand the psyche of people. You know what I'm saying? It's a good sociology study, because I read a lot of psychology books, and I read even 48 Laws of Power. And when you read it, you're like, nah, shit like that can't happen. But then when you get into the lifestyle, especially in these groups, it's like, oh shit, he wasn't lying when he wrote that in that book. So that's why I came up with the topic. Yeah, I can't hear y'all.
So I'm sure you can hear me now.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, so Deuce has to unmute his mic. But it's definitely a dope topic, bro. And the thing for me was that when you sent the topic to me this afternoon, we were powwowing, actually this morning. Well, it may have been afternoon, who the fuck knows? My days are all fucked up. But when you sent the topic to me, it was like the first thing that came to mind was the psychology behind it. You dig what I'm saying to you? It was the psychology. And I was like, damn, I need to go do some research on what causes sexual coping mechanisms. And what I came up with was it was what's the word for it? It's eluding me, but I'm gonna play the video for the folks in a few. But it was deep. It was deep. And it's funny because it's like what you're saying is that people on their best behavior when they on their vanilla page. And it's like going to the motherfucking zoo once they get on their goddamn lifestyle page. Now, my question to you is, Why is that? Why do you feel that is?
First of all, can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so it's like there's no punishment. There's no consequences to your actions in the lifestyle. It's like a laissez-faire. The lifestyle is very laissez-faire. Anything goes. So you could be messy and it doesn't even matter because people entertain the messiness.
Mhm.
But people would say, well, the lifestyle is not the same. Back in the day, it was more family oriented and, it was more close knit and you can have fun, this, that, and the third. But how can you say that when you're socializing and fraternizing with the people who are the epitome of why the lifestyle is fucked up, according to you? So it's easy to be messy because first of all, people want to pick and choose who they want to penalize. Like Mark, if you don't fuck with me, you could easily say, yo, I don't want him at my parties. I don't want him at my events. But if you fuck with me, I could do all types of fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I could do this. I could do ABC, XYZ. I could do a lot of things that may jeopardize your reputation and your brand. But because you're my man, you're gonna let me slide anyway. You feel me? You feel like you don't want to step on my toes. So when people get comfortable, they feel like they could do or say anything that they want because, first of all, people in the lifestyle forget. Second of all, people are too forgiving. And, we make mistakes. I make mistakes. I'm a fuck up. And I can live with that as long as my mistakes doesn't land me in a cemetery or in a penitentiary. But as long as my mistakes will allow me to grow and develop, I'm cool with that. But at the same time, you have people who make the same mistakes to the point where it's not even a mistake. It's a habit. It's just who they are as a person. It's their character. So it's like a lot of people give the people chances who don't even deserve chances because they don't even give themselves a chance. How can you love somebody who don't even love themselves? You understand me? So that's why a lot of people are messy because, first of all, people are entertained by the messiness. And second of all, attention is currency. So it's like, why the fuck should I change for the better when I'm getting more attention being messy than me being on my civilized shit? And a lot of people, they're creating their own monsters without even knowing it. They're Dr. Frankenstein creating their own monsters, but then they want to talk shit about the monster. How are you going to talk shit about the monster when you created the monster that who you say is fucking up the lifestyle? That's why when people say, well, let's make swinging great again or let's make the lifestyle great again, it's bullshit. Because y'all cool with the same people who claim that you fucking up the lifestyle. How are you going to be cool? How are you going to be cool with the people who symbolizes who are the symbols of why the lifestyle is supposedly fucked up? You can't have it both ways. But the thing is, people want to eat shit and get nourishment. You can't get nourishment from eating shit. So it's like you can't have it both ways. You feel me? Sometimes you got to cut off your loved ones and people. Listen, I don't want to, I don't want to digress, but I just cut off a 15-year friendship on my vanilla side because I can't fuck with somebody who don't want to be accountable for their actions. You feel me? I can't fuck with somebody like that. So a certain energies and spirits are contagious, and I don't want to be around that. If nobody's perfect, I'm not perfect, but if I keep telling you, yo, fam, you got to shape up. If I'm your eyes in the back of your ears and you choose to be blind, then why should I fuck with you when you're not striving to grow and develop? If you my homie, I want to be able to not piggyback. I want to be able to veggie back off you. You understand me? So if I get into some fuckery, you could say, yo, nah, that's not cool, and vice versa. And it's like you're the reflection of your friendship. You're the reflection of the people you hang out with. Is that Bible passage? You walk in accord to people who you may have in common with. So if you walk in accord to people who are messy, why should I fuck with you? But you may say, well, this person, when this person is with me, he's cool with me. So, but he don't try it on me. But I'm like, what makes me special? What makes me that special that your man or your homegirl is not going to try some fuck shit with me, even though they have a history of doing fuck shit? You feel me? And people invite certain people to parties and events. They may say, well, because that person didn't do it over there, or because that person didn't do it here, I'm gonna let them ride. But I'm the type of person, I'm gonna nip things in the bud. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some times when I gave people second chances and that bit me in the ass. You understand me? It's like that passage that you told me that, you know, that turtle and the scorpion short story. You know, the turtle helped the scorpion to cross the river, but the scorpion stung the turtle anyway.
Yeah,
so both of them could drown.
That was the frog at Wavy. That was the frog.
Yeah, the frog. Shit, they both reptiles, goddammit. So, you know, the scorpion and the frog, the fucking scorpion stung the frog to the point where the both of them drowned. And then the frog asked the scorpion, yo, why did you sting me when I help you out? And the scorpion say, yo, this is my nature. So when, like, I don't like to judge people. None of us are perfect, but at the same time, I watch how you move. And if there's a pattern of the way you move, then why should I fuck with you? I nip it in the bud so you can't backstab me. You understand me? So I watch how you move. So that's why I say, you know, that's why people are messy, because they know that there's no punishment. There's no consequences. Like, you may ban somebody, you may say, well, okay, I see this person putting this chick on blast or this dude on blast, but I'm gonna fuck with this person anyway because he or she didn't put me on blast. But the minute that person put them on blast, now is they want to make a million posts talking about, oh, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? You immature, this, that, and the third. Nah, you gotta eat that because you already knew what type of person that person was. But you chose to deal with that person anyway, thinking that you were special. You're not exempt. You feel me? So how can you trust somebody who will throw themselves under the bus for likes, hearts, and comments because attention is currency to them? I don't get it. So that's why I say it's easy to be messy in a lifestyle because there's no punishment. There's no, listen, before you go on, like I noticed there's a difference between the so-called white lifestyle and the so-called black lifestyle. When Negroes come across white people, they're on their best behavior. They don't do the fuck shit. They don't do the blast because, first of all, you need to be around people who got something to lose. Because when people got something to lose, they're going to nip everything in the bud, even if they have drama. They're not going to be messy. But the minute Negroes go to the black side, then they want to act the fool because they know there's no consequences for their ways and actions. There's no correction. You understand me? And the same people who talk this shit about the lifestyle is not the same. The lifestyle is not fun. This, that, and the third. Either they're cheerleading the fuck shit or they're leading the fuck shit. You can't have it both ways. You can't. But if I said I'm wrong, you feel me? So I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. It is what it is. I just want to write books, do my podcast, and be married. You understand me? So listen. I can only govern myself. I can only govern myself. I can only govern my ways and actions. When I wake up in the morning, every day I wake up, I look in the mirror. I make self assessments. You know what I'm saying? What did I do last night? What did I say I do last night that I could correct today? You feel me? And being a man and a part of manhood is about taking, you know, being accountable for your ways and actions, being responsible
for your actions, bro. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Responsibilities for your actions. Now, Wave, you done got me past my motherfucking ad time, but I appreciate the knowledge that you dropped. Deuce, we got a sound check. How you sounding over there, Deuce? Are you
I'm
still
good, brother.
muted?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, good
me?
brother. So
Right.
Wave had a lot to say. Devon just hit me in the back studio. What I want to do, because I need Deuce to really elaborate on what Wave just said, because Wave said a mouthful. And to be honest, man, the topic is really a vast topic. And Wave went from the behavioral approach, right, which is also part of psychology. But I'm going to go from the approach of those who use it as a coping mechanism sexually. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to drop a short video on you guys, about 2 minutes, from this doctor who studies this these behaviors. And once I drop it, it's called Hypersexuality. And when I drop it, I'll come back. I'll add Brother Deuce so he can elaborate. Then I can add Dividing on the panel. We can elaborate some more. And then Wave, we're going to touch on your book. So guys, check this out.
Experience passion, embrace the culture.
Hypersexuality, it's not a sex addiction. Why does it happen? That's what I'm going to talk to you today about in this video. I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and I publish weekly videos about mental health education and self-improvement. I decided to talk about some of the ways that hypersexuality can manifest. Now, keep in mind, this is a very individual experience, and I realize that I don't know how it is for everyone. What we consider hypersexual is somewhat relative. One person who has the desire to have sex every day may seem hypersexual to the person who's good for just once a month. But that's not really what this is about. When a person becomes manic, it's like a car engine that's just idling too high. And everything is moving faster. Your thoughts, your impulses, and this affects your judgment and your decision making. And your sexuality is just one of those parts of your identity. It's a basic, primal desire that everyone has. Everyone has some degree of sexual desire. So with hypersexuality, you start with your basic sexual needs, and then there's this ramped up energy around it that creates this urge that you just can't control. It's like having an itch in the middle of your back, and you find something to scratch at it, and it feels kind of good, but there's just still this one spot that you just can't find, and it's still itching. So you're scratching all around, but this one spot is still there. I use that example because the scratching feels good, but you're also over-scratching parts of your body. So the inability to get it all satisfied feels bad. So you feel good and bad simultaneously. If you look from the outside as a person not affected by mania, it may just seem like the manic person is just having fun. Good for you that you've got all that energy. But it's not all fun. And for many people, it doesn't feel that good. Or the feel good is very temporary. And many people will have a lot of shame when the mania goes away because unlike a sexual addiction, the hypersexuality of mania is only present during the manic episode.
Unmute.
When I hear coping mechanism, I hear that people are dealing with outside problems. People are maybe dealing with sexual issue, and they use sex as a way to, I would say, deal with those issues. You feel me?
Yes.
Wave touched on some of the behavioral aspect as far as deviant behavior in the LS. As far as, like he says an example, he goes on his vanilla page, that shit don't pop because there's no consequences. And again, it's like the Bronx Zoo, Central Park Zoo, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to look at this from the aspect of people who may have deviant sexual behaviors. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So let me touch on that. So it's like, people say, a lot of women say no means no, right? And, on the surface, no means no is social etiquette. If somebody says no, then I don't give a fuck. In their mind, they're saying maybe. You got to take that for face value. You got to take that as a grain of salt. On the surface level, no means no is like social etiquette. If she doesn't want to fuck with you, she doesn't want to fuck with you. But on a deeper level, if you touch a woman, even a dude, but if you touch a woman without her permission and she spaz at you, it may not even be because of you. She might have experienced something in her childhood. She might have been molested, sexually assaulted, or raped, and when you make a woman uncomfortable, you may represent that sunken place in her life that triggers her to spaz. So it's like you got to be mindful of the people who you deal with, because when they come in the lifestyle, they want to be sexual. they want to experience sexual freedom with the fuckery. So a lot of women, they put dudes on blast if they perceive that the dude infringes on that sexuality or that coping mechanism that's supposed to be therapy. And that's why a lot of women, you know, they don't like to be, they want to let their hair down when they come in the lifestyle. They don't want to be slut shamed. You may have women, they want to fuck 10, 20 dudes in one night, but because they might be judged, they may be apprehensive about it. So because they have that sexual repression, it turns into anger. Like, okay, I'm in a lifestyle, but I can't be who I want to be. I can't unleash the beast. So it's like toxic. It's kind of like, how can I best explain it? It's kind of like, you know, when you holding something for so long, somebody triggers you, and then that's like an outburst, because it's like, okay, I'm judged in the vanilla side, and I'm also judged in the lifestyle side. It's like, damn, where can I go? So it's like you're trapped, you're in prison, and that's another way. That's another reason why people may feel like they're miserable in a lifestyle, because they can't be who they want to be in an environment that claims to be non-judgmental, or an environment that claims that they're going to accept you. But before I end off with this, what people got to understand is that there's a difference between being open-minded and being like-minded. Everybody's not open-minded. You know what I'm saying? The most open-minded person is not open-minded to everything. You understand me? So instead of saying you should be open-minded, you should hang out with like-minded people who flow on the same frequency and wavelength as you. So when you are in your tribe and coping mechanism, you feel free. It's like a form of freedom, instead of you jumping from one vanilla situation to another, because just because you're in a lifestyle, you could be in the lifestyle, you could be physically lifestyle, but you could be mentally vanilla.
Got you. Deuce, bro. We need to hear from you, because we ain't hear from you yet, bro. Talk to me, good brother.
Well, no, I was absorbing everything that the brother was speaking on. Without question, as far as the people who act out in the lifestyle, we talk about that on a regular basis. And part of that is because the lifestyle, social media, period, gives people who are socially disabled the ability to become their subconscious, or the ability to have the courage to say things and do things they wouldn't do in real life. Like I tell people, that's why the phrase came up, internet gangsters, because you're not a gangster in real life. So it gives you the ability now to be a gangster in a safe environment. As far as the lifestyle is concerned and how it goes, I tell people in a lot of instances where people are being internet gangsters via the internet and Facebook groups, when they see that same person at the parties, all of a sudden they pieced it up, right? So they've used most people who have behavioral issues within the lifestyle, they have those behavioral issues because they have a subconscious. It's like the kid I used to tell people, everybody know I'm a retired police officer. I used to tell people the cops that were abusive, over aggressive, a lot of times were bullied as kids, right? Now having a gun in the back gives them the ability to know. And it's lifestyle, as far as the behavioral people, give them that ability. Now, but then the flip side of that, what Wavy said is that's critical, is it gives them the ability to do that without consequences. They don't get banned. We watch constant lives where they have 300 views, people laughing, saying they're crazy. And I tell people, the people who do that are just as warped as the person who's doing it. And they're actually acting out the exact same way. They're actually getting the ability to now exercise who they are as well. And they see it and they can identify with the person who's doing the live. Those who have the issue with it are those who can't identify with it, which is why I tell people, listen, I'm not beef for watching grown men talk about what others do or who was sleeping with my man, so forth and so on. Another thing that he spoke on was a lot of people are lonely, right? And a lot of people want to be accepted. The lifestyle gives them the ability to cope with this stability. I mean, the problem of being lonely and want to be accepted. Now you come in here and you meet this gentleman at this party who sends you his representative that night, right? Because I tell people, you can't tell me you know a person and you love a person and you just met him at a party. That's why when somebody had posted, do you want to find love in a lifestyle? I tell people, you can't find love in a lifestyle. You find love in real life, right? You may meet someone in the lifestyle, but you find love in real life. There is no love in the lifestyle. There's fucking and kinks and like-minded, open-minded sexual people or like-minded sexual people in the lifestyle. That does not equate to a healthy relationship, because I tell people there are no banks in the lifestyle. There are no houses for sale in the lifestyle. The lifestyle is an addition to real life, right? So when you're looking for a mate, you're looking for the things that you have on your list as far as a mate in real life. And one of those things on that list is not, he has to be part of the lifestyle, right? So in the lifestyle, what happens is if you're being lonely, you find acceptance in the fact that you're just as open sexually as the other person. And the person may be nice to you and all these type of things. And I tell people after a while, the honeymoon phase is over and you get to see who the person is. And I tell people, I'm a firm believer in if you can't build with your mate, you shouldn't be with your mate. And then what happens is after a while, you realize you can't build with your mate. Now you don't want the mate no more. And then you see it broadcasted all over Facebook. So that's a whole nother issue that we talk about all the time. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse with that. I saw a sister post something in here earlier, some sexual triggers. I don't know if people have heard me speak on this before. And Wavy touched on it partially when he said something about women may react a certain type of way when men touch them because you don't know if they've been raped as a child, so forth and so on. And I tell people, most people who have kinks, not all people, but most people who have certain sexual kinks as adults, if they really took a step back and looked into their younger years, something happened that was impressionable, that stuck in their subconscious, that basically molded them to be the sexual creature that they are. I tell people nobody is just who they are just because. We are programmed, just like computers. We are programmed. Our experiences in life, the things that we see in life mold us into the people that we are, right? Nobody has, that's why I tell people all the time, there's no blueprint for everybody because we all have different experiences. Some of us have similar experiences, but they mold us to be who we are. With that being said, I know personally women who have been raped. I know women who have been molested, who are currently in the lifestyle, that have rape fantasies. The problem with that is they want to be able to control the fantasy. So where the offense comes in at is that you just eliminated their control when you just decided to put your hands on them without their permission, right? They want to be able to select the people who do these things or exercise these kinks with them. They also want to be able to select the people so that they can understand that the person knows that that the person that they're doing it with is not looking at them sideways or some kind of way. And I challenge a lot of people, and I've done this with countless people. Hell, I've done it with my queen. Let's sit down. Let's talk about from childhood all the way to adulthood, your sexual experiences, starting from something as simple as you seeing someone naked or being touched by someone, right? And when you go back, I can tell you right now, if I walk through your entire time from childhood all the way through adulthood, I can find exactly why you have the perversion that you have or the kink that you have. I know why I'm a voyeur, right? I know why I like certain kinks. I can trace it all the way back. And I said, I didn't just grow up knowing this. I said, it was an older lady who actually schooled me to this. And she was a psychologist who actually schooled me to this, who was in the lifestyle, actually. So that's how I started getting into better understanding where my perversions and my kinks come from. So what happens with the lifestyle, we do use it as a coping mechanism. It gives us the ability to exercise certain sexual acts that we know that certain vanilla people would not be accepting of, right? Let's think about how many times you've heard people say, and Mark just broadcasted an episode from a television show the other day where people say, you must not love your mate if you're allowing your mate to sleep with someone else, right? The lifestyle gives us the ability to cope with that without judgment, right? The women who have gangbang fantasies. You can't walk into a vanilla bar and tell just anybody that you want a gangbang fantasy. They're going to call you a hoe, a slut, or whatever, right? The lifestyle gives you the ability to cope with that perversion. Come here, we got it all here, right? You can't tell somebody you like to put on a mask, get your ass beat and wax put on you, right? Because you're a masochist, right? That kink is exercising the lifestyle. So we all use this lifestyle as a coping mechanism. The question is, are we using it as a sexual coping mechanism or are we using it for buffoonery? And where I agree with Wavy is when we understand that people are using it for buffoonery, I've always said this and I will continue to say this, they need to be ostracized. And that goes from the people attending the parties to those who are throwing the parties and catering to these type of crowds, right? But as long as, I say it all the time, as long as we continue to buy a flawed product, the product is going to be on the shelves. It's just what it is. at the end of the day. So we have to understand that the lifestyle gives everybody, social media period gives everybody, let's think about what's going on with the kid Derek Jackson. It gives everybody the ability to cope with their alter ego, right? And not have themselves be judged, right? As long as they can cover it properly. So with the lifestyle, we have to understand that there are certain things that we cope with in the lifestyle as far as being like-minded sexually. That's what we are here for. The rest of that bullshit that you bring into the table, well, we're not here for that, right?
Nice.
The things that we talk about as far as building friendships and building bonds, well, that's in addition to the lifestyle. I tell people, if you're around a person long enough and you're like-minded, not open-minded, like Wavy said, like-minded, you're just going to mesh, right? And then what's going to happen is the friendship is going to go outside of the actual sexual realm of the lifestyle. So at the end of the day, the answer to the question, that's what I totally agree that we use the lifestyle as a coping mechanism. It's just that some of us are using it for the wrong way and in the wrong way.
Fair enough, Deuce. I really appreciate the way you broke that down. For those of you who are joining us this evening, guys, it's The Lifestyle with Mark King. I'm your host, Mark King, joined by my co-host, Deuce. Tonight, we're talking about are people using the lifestyle as a coping mechanism. I just want to get back to some of the shout outs before I add Divine and Wavy to the panel, because I want to hear what the good brother Divine has to say. And then we can talk about Wavy's book a tad bit. So I want to shout out Ari Stu, Barry Wagwan. Barry, I want to shout you out. William Chianti or Kiana. If I pronounced it wrong, please, I apologize. Vanessa was good. Vanessa, Erica Daniel, Kimberly Jones in the building. Kim Ann, what's good with you, Kim Ann? Donovan Harris, peace, Playboy. Donovan, I believe, has a clothing line, guys. Donovan, please, if you get opportunity, just type the name of your clothing line in the comments. I'll put it up on the screen because we're about supporting each other businesses around here. So much love and respect on what you're doing. Continue much success and keep doing what you do, good brother. Tamara Figs was good with you, Queen. We have what's this word? Kennedy Williams, peace, Queen. Cecilia's in the building, and everybody else that's in the building. If I didn't get to your name, I'll try to get to it. But again, guys, Lifestyle with Mark King. And what I'm going to do is let me see if I can bring up the screen and add Divine to the screen. Divine, peace, brother. So now we got a different topic on here. I should have prepared the screen because I wasn't expecting a fourth guest, but you're in the building. Thank you for coming in. I know you hopped on here impromptu, so I know you got something to say. So while you're saying what you got to say, I'm going to take this other topic off the screen so folks don't get it confused, because what we're talking about is in reference. Hold on, let me fix this first and foremost. Let me get rid of this so people don't get confused. We're talking about people using a lifestyle as a coping mechanism. So Divine, go ahead, talk to me, good brother.
So my particular comment is, for me specifically, lifestyle has added a dynamic, that speaks to my alter ego. And like Deuce was saying, there are deviant ways to do it. And then, there's
You froze, good brother.
Good. The situation is for me, being in the lifestyle, the BDSM side, and not as strong of a swinger, it should be a very in-depth conversation between me and the bottom.
Freeze frame, bro.
That come in from childhood into adulthood, and with all of the notions of social norms of being hypersexualized, or I'm gonna be a slut, or somebody's gonna look at me differently. You have all of these things that should absolutely be addressed beforehand. And oftentimes
Divine, you got a bad signal going on over there, bro. I'm gonna get back to the panel, and when you turn that signal I'll add you back to the panel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we
I want to say something right quick. I want to say something right quick. Ahead, everybody got some. Listen, everybody got some shit to them. You feel me? Everybody got issues. You understand me? But it's about compartmentalizing your issues. You feel me? It's like I had a publicized breakup, and after my breakup, I had to remove myself from the lifestyle to proverbially lick my wounds. And it's like sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. You feel me? And when you feel like you're not in a good space, you have to fall back and regroup. And during my period of me regrouping, I started a podcast. You feel me? I started a podcast, and I use that as a point to not sulk. I use that as a point to tell myself where I fucked up at, so I could correct the errors in my ways and actions. And that goes along with having accountability for your ways and actions. So it's about having knowledge of self. You feel me? Because nobody should tell you about yourself better than you could. And to go back to the alter ego, yeah, I may do like the Playboy wave and the pimp thing and the Mac thing, but I'm conscious of what I'm doing. You feel me? I'm dressing because that's how I like to dress. I may play with it. It's not me. I never put a chick on the track or on a stroll, but I'm playful with it because I'm from Chicago, and that's, you know, we got gangsterism and we got the Playboy side. I'm not into the gangster shit because I'm not into killing people who look like me or who got similar complexions like me or whatever the case may be. But I'm more so into the Playboy side. So it's about not only compartmentalizing your issues, is also knowing yourself. You feel me? And not letting your toxicity destroy the ecosystem of the lifestyle, because there are a lot of people who use the lifestyle to become the person who they wish to be. Even though I'm Playboy Wave, even though I'm Playboy Wave, it's not who I am in my totality. It's an alter ego, but I could turn that shit off. You feel me? And you have a lot of dudes, they come in the lifestyle on some gangster shit when in their teenage years or in their 20s, they were bullied. They held no weight in their hood and city. Half of them can't even go back to their hood and their city. But when they come to the lifestyle, they want to be gangster. They want to be hood, this, that, and the third, because they know that a lot of people in the lifestyle are not really about that life. So it's easy to be a soldier when there's no war until they come across somebody who match their energy. Then they want to wave the white flag. So that's why I don't believe a lot of dudes. We don't believe you. You need more people, because a lot of real G's who I know in their 30s and 40s, they don't want to be a part of that life. They did their years in prison, 5, 10, 15 years. They just want to chill out. So it's crazy, you know, going back to, you know, using the lifestyle as a coping mechanism. Part of that is sexual, and another part of that is having a facade. You feel me? It's having that facade is also fucking up the lifestyle. There's no reason for, listen, we're men, right? So Deuce, Mark, if I have an issue with you, with you, there are 3 things that I'm going to do. I'm going to inbox you, I'm going to call you, or we could talk about it. We could see each other and talk about it. I'm going to call you, text you, or I'm going to see you. You feel me? So we could talk about it like men. Everything doesn't deserve a fucking presentation. Everybody doesn't need to know our business. There are dudes who I had issues with and I had misunderstandings with them, but we talked it out like men, to the point where if you saw us together, you wouldn't have known that we had issues, because it wasn't for Facebook. Everything is not for Facebook.
That's right.
And if you go on Facebook and air out our beef, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to be in the same room with you. I don't want to be in the same building with you, because if something happens to you, then that shit gonna point back to me. It's like when Pac died in Vegas, they said Bad Boy did it. Puffy probably didn't even have shit to do with it, but because they had beef, all eyes went on them. When Biggie died in LA, oh, Suge did it, Death Row did it. They probably didn't have anything to do with that. So my thing is this: if I have an issue with you, I'm gonna pull you to the side and say, bruh, let's have I'm not going to come at you on some rah-rah shit. I'm going to be respectful about it, because I respect you as a man, and we can have a dialogue and nobody would be none the wiser that we had issues. But now, because attention is new currency, a lot of dudes, they first of all, I can never get on Facebook Live or Instagram Live to talk about another dude for a fucking hour. I can't do that. My energy won't do that. My time, I don't have the time and energy to do that. That's not in my DNA. You feel me? If I have an issue with you, I will come to you about it. I will inbox you about it. And not for nothing, when dudes, they go on Facebook Live and Instagram Live or even YouTube, they use a whole hour, 2 hours to talk about another dude. To me, that's a form of homoeroticism. You feel me?
Well,
like,
give me a second. Let me touch on that for a second. It's snitching as well too, because what you're doing when you're airing out a beef on social media, it's public information. You have all these rappers and all these gang members that's getting convicted of crimes because of what they said on social media. So you come on social media and say that, hey, listen, I have an issue with Wavy. He came to my house, blah, blah, blah. I might as well just go down to the police precinct and file an affidavit. My business and your business is nobody else's business. That's the way I've taught, and that's the way I roll when it comes to situations like that. And you're absolutely right. That is a form of a coping mechanism, because then the alter ego comes into play, where you can pretend to be somebody that you're really not in real life. And on all this profoundly affects the community. It really does, because what happens is that people are skittish about going to parties because of the bullshit that's going on. And again, my favorite tagline is, I can speak about this because I'm uniquely qualified. I've been part of the bullshit. So I'm not sitting here and being hypocritical. I've been part of everything that Wave just mentioned. So I have a unique perspective on that. The difference is that I chose to change my vibration and to raise my level of vibration, not to deal with the negativity, and to come forth, speak about my experience. And
wait, can I cut in right quick? Let me cut in right quick. Listen. At the same time, you have to know when to be messy, because sometimes you got to defend yourself. You can't be good all the time. Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire if you think that you have to defend yourself and protect your reputation. Because not for nothing, people will believe an uncontested lie before the truth. So sometimes you got to get on your you got to get on your messy shit. Listen, Jesus told his disciples to carry swords to fight the damn Romans. So even he had to get buck wild. Even he knew that he had to, you can't do that turn the other cheek shit. He told his disciples to carry swords. So sometimes you have to carry swords and chop off heads. But the caveat to that is it worth it? Is it worth your time and energy? Me personally, if I don't respect you and if you're not on my level, I'm not going to respond. But if I respect you as an enemy, and I feel like you're above my level or you're on my level, then I got to get on my, swordsmanship. But for the most part, men should not be going back and forth online. It's I don't want to offend women and say it's feminine, but not for nothing, I expect women to do shit. That's whole shit. I expect women to do that. If you have a problem with me, come to my fucking inbox. Because not for nothing, before I pass the mic, not for a lot of these so-called beefs and these disputes in the lifestyle, they could be squashed by a simple conversation. It's like a misunderstanding. If dudes will have a conversation instead of being attention whores, a lot of these issues will be nipped in the bud. But because a lot of these dudes never got hugs growing up, they never felt relevant outside the lifestyle, they want to be relevant in the lifestyle, so they feel like they got to put on a fucking show to boost their own ego and to boost their own standards. I got no time for that. You understand me? So
what I'm going to say is this, right, Wave? Some things warrant people's attention, like you just said. Some things do. It's how you go about handling it. That's a testament to your character, because some things do warrant your attention. I want to kind of change up the tempo on, I guess, addressing the main topic. And I want to kind of, add a little bit more fun energy to it. So I'm going to drop a little parody for you guys that I came across. I thought it was entertaining to me. It's about swinging. I'm going to play it. And when we get back from that, Deuce and I are going to ask Wave some questions about his book. Since it is an erotic comedy, this little skit is an erotic comedy. So I'm going to get to that. And when I get back from that, we can ask Wave a little bit about his book. And then we can take some questions from the audience and see where your minds are at in reference to the topic at hand. So I'll be right back, guys.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Come swing with us. Tim and Kate are swingers. They really love to swing. They swing high, they swing low. They swing with Sally, they swing with Joe. They switch, they swap, they push, they pull. Their swinging parties are always full. Kate will swing with 6 or more, while Tim takes pics galore. Tim likes to watch, so watch he does. Tim likes to film it, just because. They swing in France and in Manila. They even swing with plain vanilla.
They even swing with plain vanilla. That's fucking funny to me. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was entertaining. So guys, we're back. Wait, let's talk about this book, man. Let's talk about this book. So why do we entitle the book "Fuck"? That's the first question.
Listen. Just like F-U-C-K is 4 letters, K-I-S-S is 4 letters. Keep it simple, stupid. You feel me? And I was thinking up a title. You know, I was like, damn, what title I'm gonna give this book? And I was like, fuck. Oh shit, fuck. Yeah, fuck. So I'm gonna name it "Fuck." And you know, the old school acronym of "fuck" is fornicate under the consent of the king.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. So that's why. Yeah,
my man.
Yes, and it ties into the book because you know the premise of "fuck" is tapping into the psyche of people in a lifestyle to show their humanity, because it's not all about fucking to us. You know, we have professionals. You feel me? We have professionals in the lifestyle. We have lawyers, judges. We have working class people. You understand me? We have people who coach little league teams. We have people who feed the homeless, volunteer at soup kitchens. So it's about showing the humanity of lifestylers. But at the same time, I put the medicine in the ice cream by giving you the fuckery. I talk about, you know, the beef or the drama between, you know, group owners and between couples. You feel me? So I'm giving you knowledge, but I'm also giving you fuckery. It's intellectually ratchet. You feel me? But at the same time, you know, I've been writing since I started writing. I'm gonna give you a little bit of history about Playboy Wave. Listen, I started writing in the 4th grade. I wrote an essay about Malcolm X. I beat everybody in the 4th grade in my elementary school. I won $25 from beating everybody in my elementary school and used that $25 to buy a Carl Kanai outfit. So I figured, shit, if I can win money from writing, I might as well parlay this into something, because originally I wanted to be an architect, but at the time I hated math and I wanted to be a cartoonist, but I drew as if I had 2 left hands when I'm writing. So writing was a lot easier for me. And I perfected my craft. I went from, you know, writing out cartoons to, you know, writing poems. Then I used to write rhymes. I used to rap. Then I went from that to writing, you know, novels. So to bring it back to "fuck," it's the embodiment of the lifestyle. It's nonstop. It's 500 pages. And, you know, there's never a dull moment, because I think I low-key got ADD. I think I got ADHD. And if I'm not entertained by my writing, then nobody will. When I write my books, I write it from a perspective as a reader. You feel me? If I'm not entertained or if I'm not tickled by my own writing, if my dick doesn't get hard from reading my own writing, then how would I think that's going to have the same effect on other readers? So there's no filler. There's no frills. 500 pages of fire. You feel me? Because I put my all into this book. I do not cut corners. You understand me? So matter of fact, when you finish reading "Fuck," you're going to want to donate $15 more because it's that good.
Question for you,
Question for you,
Wave. Where can they get the book? Obviously, I got the website up there, but I want you to say it. You feel me?
It's an ebook. I'm working on. It's on ebook. It's on Amazon Kindle. It's on Barnes and Noble Nook. It's on Apple iBooks. It's on Google Play. It's on Kobo, Roku. Anywhere ebooks are sold. For now, it's on ebooks, but in the future, I'm going to, you know, put it on paperback, because a lot of people still want that physical copy in their hand. So I'm going to put it on paperback, and then I'm going to do the Audible thing. You know what's funny? At first, I was anti-ebook. Then they said, "Oh, you should put it on ebook." Then when I put it on ebook, "Oh, you should put it on audio." It's like, damn, I got to keep catching up. So
Yeah,
it's
you
like
got to, bro.
it's
You gotta innovate, bro. You have
Yeah,
to
so-
have it transcribed. You have to have it audio, and you have to have the physical copy. That's what it is. It's just a different form of getting that paper. You feel me?
Yes.
So I gotta ask you a question because I know Dude's gotta ask you something too, Wave. You've been writing for quite some time. What number you on? Is this, what number book is this? What number is this?
This novel 8.
Novel 8.
This novel 8. I started in 2009 under a different name. It was King Dakir, and that book was called "I Hate My Job." And you know, in 2009, I won the 2009 Best New Male Author Award. So I came out swinging for the fences, baby. And you know, with this book called "Fuck," I have this an erotic book that actually have a plot and subplots. You know, I got twists, I got metaphors, similes, punchlines. I have a lot of literary devices because I'm classically trained. I went to college, I majored in journalism, I minored in English. So, you know, like I don't want to, you know, lose my audience by going Shakespearean with them. So I mix it up. I give them the fuckery that they want, but at the same time, I write it in a way that people in academia could respect the content, could respect my style. So it's kind of like the Notorious Big. You know, he could talk that street shit. He could come out with "Give Me the Loop." He could come out with "Machine Gun Funk." But at the same time, you could come out with "Big Papas" and "Juicies." So that's how it is with that book. It's like an amalgamation. It's like a balance of intellectual, but you're gonna laugh. You're going to say, "Oh, damn, that's fucked up." You're going to be entertained. You're going to be edutained. You feel me? So it's about that balance with me.
By reading the book, right? Here's my question the way I wanted, because I'm asking this question when I watched this this fucking movie named Best Man. Are there any characters in the book that we may be able to read the book and say, "Hey, I know who the fuck Wavy's talking about"?
Listen, I'm not gonna say that because these thirsty motherfuckers are quick to sue. You feel me? So I know how to couch real life situations and put a fictional. I'm not gonna give these motherfuckers the satisfaction of suing me. I'm not even gonna do that. So, but what's crazy? It's funny you say that because not for nothing, man. When I go on my news feed, a lot of people are giving me material for future books. I just know how to remix it to the point where you don't even know I'm talking about them. But a lot of people are giving me free material and free content. They don't even know it. So baby. Exactly. So these motherfuckers, see, these people are putting their business on blast, but your business is my paycheck. So I'm monetizing your fuckery, but I'm doing it in a way that is respectable to people, to high-end people. You know, high-end people who want to sip on a wine and tea and shit like that. So I got to mix it up. I can't be too ratchet to turn them off, but I can't be too highbrow to turn off people who just want to read books casually. They want to relax on the beach. And I could do that because I've been doing this for years. So to reel it back to your question, listen, I don't snitch on myself, baby. I see no evil. I hear no evil, and I speak no evil. You dig? So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Deuce, I see you just sitting back. I told you, Wave is a character, bro. I love this dude. You know what I mean? And guys, for those of you who are tuning in right now, it's a lifestyle with Mark King, my co-host Deuce Williams. I'm joined by Wavy GQ, author extraordinaire, content creator. He also has a podcast called Swingers After Dark, and this is his 8th novel. It is an erotic comedy called Fuck, Fornicating Under Consent of the King. And I was going to go into it some more because I always say to people, you know, you got to really study where these words come from. Like, for instance, shit, shipping, high in transit. Feel me? Dude, what's up? Talk to me, man.
Listen, brother. I'm sitting back and I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying. I like the way the brother expressed how his content is written, because it shows a level of like he broke it down basically like the way Big is. He expressed a level of intellect along with his ability to still touch on what's needed by most people out here, which is a slight bit of ratchetness. Even the people with their pinky finger out watch reality TV, right? Otherwise, reality TV wouldn't be on. So I tell people, everybody got a taste for ratchet. There's a market out there for ratchetness. Let me put it that way. I won't say everybody got a taste for it, but there is a market out there for it, and it expands all economic levels, all social levels, all intellectual levels. So I like the way he put it out there without question. And as far as the topic of the day, I mean, he's not speaking about nothing that we ain't spoke about 1,000 times over as far as his lifestyle is concerned. So hopefully people hear it enough to learn to change their conduct and understand that aspect of coping with the lifestyle is not what we're here for. So I'm with you. I'm enjoying the show right now, baby. Now, you know, I'm I wish I brought my Jameson upstairs and shit.
Listen.
I made sure I had my I went and grabbed my Henny with like 5 minutes before we started. Wave comes on like, yo, I got my tequila ready. I said, hey, fuck it. We gonna do what we do.
Right.
The thing that I like about what Wave has been doing for quite a few years is that he's constantly pushing the envelope and constantly expanding and constantly doing things that's outside of the box. He's not staying within that L7. And that's what I like to see from my brothers and sisters, is they constantly bringing different things. So I really urge you guys to support Wave and cop the book. It's on NasanBlaze.com. And I'm going to switch to the other link and put everybody back in so you can see it a little bit more clearly, even though it's up on the screen. Here it is right here. NasanBlaze.com. You can get the book. It's entitled Fuck. So Wave, how long did it take you to write this novel?
Well, it took me, listen, you know, when authors, before I answer that question, authors, we're like God when we write. You feel me? We create our characters, we control the narrative, and, you know, we decide what we want to do with the story and with the characters. And with that saying, it took me 9 months to give birth to a classic. It's a magnum opus. Why? Because I wrote it. And, you know, I'm not going to put out some bullshit. It took me 9 months. I have an editor. Yes, I have an editor, because a lot of people don't believe in editors. And I'm savvy enough to know that the first thing you write is not going to be hot. Everything I write is not going to be hot at first glance. So I got to keep tweaking. I'm my own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? So I had to read my book 10 times before I released it to the public. If it's not right to me, it's not going to be right to you. That's so right. I'm my own worst critic. I know what works and what doesn't work. So that's why I know that this book is a classic. I know it's a magnum opus. I know it's going to stand the test of time because I went through it with a fine comb. I'm not going to cheat my readers because this is my legacy. I don't have kids, but this is my legacy. And when I'm gone, when I perish, when I'm dust, when I go back to the essence, this is who people gonna remember me by. I can't write trashy shit. If I do, it's gonna be under another name, but under Nasan, which means, you know, you shine above the negativity. Like Na means negative, but sun, you shine, because even during a solar eclipse, you can still see the sun, or you can still see bright. You can still see brightness. It's not dark. So, you know, nobody could darken my shine. You can't stop greatness. The only person who can stop me is me. So as long as I'm breathing, I'm gonna still go. And even if I'm not breathing, I'm gonna still go because I put a lot of investment in my writings. So when you get it, you know, just leave a review. It's good. It's great. I'm not gonna put out bullshit, baby. I'm not. I'm like you with events. I'm not gonna put out bullshit, and that's why people should get the book. They should get fuck F-U-C-K. It's for, listen, it's for men and for women. It's like that deodorant. You know what I'm saying? It's good for women, but strong enough for men. You understand me? So it's for men and women, even though dudes don't really read fiction like that, but they gonna get something out of it. You understand me? So it's not this chick lit. Listen, I'm on my bullshit right now. Let me rock for a minute. It's not that bullshit. It's not that sappy chick lit from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It's that realness. You're gonna get, you know, something. You're gonna have. I have something for the women. I have something for the men. I have something for everybody. So don't think just because it's erotica or a comedy, it's sappy or it's fluff. No, y'all know me better than that. I'm me. This wavy. This not son. Ow. All right, y'all keep going. Y'all keep
I
going.
can dig you, Wave.
I gotta wrap my dick
I'm
for a
gonna
minute.
touch
I
on
gotta.
something you said. I want to bring something to the audience attention, Wave. And someone did ask, is it on audio? And he said earlier that it will be on audio shortly. It'll be available, I guess, on all types of forms. You said something
And guess
very
what? And guess
interesting,
what?
and I want to point this out to the audience. You said it took you 9 months. And I always say that for anything to come in a manifestation, right, as you yourself is the personification on God on this planet, it takes 9 months. It's 40 weeks, a 9 months gestation period before a woman can push a child through that stargate. And even your man Bean Siegel said it in a rhyme. I changed my life in 9 months, just like sperm in the womb. These niggas never know till they don't. Make you shiver in the middle of June. You feel me? So that's knowledge in itself right there. Knowledge of self. If you have knowledge of self, you totally comprehend what I'm touching on. But let me get back to the topic at hand. So the book is out. It's ready, downloadable for ebook. You're coming out with the audio version, of course, the classic paperback as well. So do you have a date for the audio and paperback for those who don't necessarily want to actually, sit there and put their eyes to work? They may be on their way home from work. They want to, just download the audio and listen to it and digest it that way. Is there a particular date that you have that is going to be available for those who want it that way? And if so, where can they get it from?
I was going to do a print on demand. I was going to do it either for my birthday, October 7th, shout out to the Libras, or I was going to do it like in Christmas of this year. So I say either October 7th, which is my born day, and yes, I'm accepting early birthday gifts, or Christmas time, baby. So either those 2 days, but for now, I'm doing the ebook thing because this is what people do. They say they want paperbacks and they still won't get it. You feel me? Like if you want something, you're going to get it regardless.
Yeah.
I remember, back in the cassette days, I wanted the Jizza, the Genius Liquid Swords album. They didn't have it on CD, so I got it on cassette. And my sister was like, yo, you thirsty? Shit, I'm damn right, because that's a classic album. So I'm going to get it on cassette so I can play it in my fucking car. So yeah, right now, if you really want it, you should get it. Don't pass it, grab it, baby. It's good.
I could dig that. Deuce, do you have any questions for Wave? Because I've expired all of my questions. And Wave, I want to say congratulations, man. And Deuce, pretty much, bro, I'm throwing the floor your way. If there's something you want to add to the situation or touch back on the subject, with a question you want to ask Wave, because right now for me, I just feel it's my brother's moment to shine. So it's nasonblaze.com is where you want to be at. And for all of our business owners and content creators, hosts, or whatever you may do to get your hustle on, if you have something that you have for sale for the general public, holla at us. We're about supporting each other.
I just want to say something before Deuce goes on. Can I say something right quick before Deuce goes on?
Ahead, bro.
I want to veggie back on what Deuce said. It's about getting to know people. What make people tick. Like me personally, I was raised by my mother and my stepfather. So I had order, I had structure. So sometimes when I come across on comments, people may think I'm aggressive, or people may think that I'm holier than thou, or people think that I know everything, but that's not true. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm ignorant to a lot of things, but I'm going to speak about something that I know. Why? Because I read. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I think I know everything. It's that I'm well versed in a lot of subjects. And if I'm ignorant, I'm a consult. I'm going to use wise counsel. Like for my Swingers After Dark podcast, I've never been in a poly. So I'm going to bring on people onto my show. I've never been into BDSM. So I'm going to bring somebody on my show. I've never been married. So I'm going to bring somebody onto my show to speak about certain subjects that I'm ignorant about. So when people act like that, I think I know everything, that's not true. I can't help that I know a lot of subjects. I can't help that. And if somebody presents something that I know about, then I'm going to speak my language. But, going back to self-assessment, going back to being accountable, I did have to check myself, because sometimes, and even to this day, sometimes I could be condescending in my tone. I had to check that. I had to work on me, because sometimes I don't have patience, because my stepfather, he was real strict, because he was raised, his father was in the military. So that trickled down onto me. So I want that order and structure in my life. And that goes back to the lifestyle as a coping mechanism based on how other people was raised. It's based on how I was raised as well. So that's why when I see a lot of fuckery, I don't have the patience for it. I can't give people too many chances, because society didn't give me a lot of chances. Listen, when I was young, people treated me 15 years older than what I really was. I couldn't even make mistakes when I was young. People didn't allow me to make mistakes, because they put me on a pedestal to where I wasn't ready to do it. Even to this day, like I remember growing up, they say, yo, why do you hang out with them? Because in Chicago, it's a lot of gangs. You know what I'm saying? But when you race in a certain neighborhood, you got no choice but to hang out with certain dudes. So even when I was young, they used to ask me, yo, why do you hang out with them? You better than that. So that trickles down into my mentality. When I see people, fraternizing and socializing with people who are into fuck shit, I say that to myself. Why are you fucking with them? Because when you hang out with clowns for so long, you become a clown. They make up and they powder bleeds onto you. So now you the fucking clown. So it's like I had a podcast episode that says, who's worse, the clown or the audience? When you celebrate clown shit, or when you give too much attention to clown shit, you become the clown your fucking self, because their makeup bleeds onto you when you stand next to them. So that's why, I'm so aggressive, or, I am the way I am based on how I was raised, because I had to grow up quick. It's like I gotta be on my piece.
Wave, I gotta cut you short, Wave. No disrespect. I gotta get
I'm on my shit. I'm on my bullshit. Keep going. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, baby. This is what I do.
I see you. But we on time restraint though, baby. We a quarter past.
Listen, we can do this 3 hours. We can do this 3 hours, goddammit. We can do this 3 hours.
You want to come in my office and help me edit this motherfucker for 3 hours, man? I ain't doing that shit.
Wait. But before you go, that last part, I just had to vent. That was like my venting, because I can't wait. But before you go introduce, I just want to say this. I can't. When I beat people, I can't beat people by being messy. I gotta beat people by being successful. Jay-Z can't be messy like 50 Cent. He tried to do that with Nas by saying he left the condom on a baby seat, and that almost fucked up his brand. So I can't be messy like everybody else. But what I can do, I can be successful and destroy you that way. Anyway, keep going.
I like that. That was profound, what you just said right there, bro. Success is the cure all to all hate, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just keep doing what you do. Deuce, I was trying to get you on the floor for a minute, but Wave was like Marvin Hagler back in the days. Listen, R.I.P. to the OG Marvin Hagler. Wave was okay. Dropping the ball. Go ahead, Deuce.
Yeah, no, listen, man. Listen, the brother was dropping jewels, and I mean, it was his moment to shine for his book and everything like that. So that's more than understandable. And then when he spoke on the topic, he spoke profoundly on the topic. So you know me, I don't like buffoonery. So if he was talking about buffoonery, I'd already text you, say, yo, mute the mic, man. We got to move on to something else. He's speaking real shit. So I definitely appreciate it without question. And like I said, it's the same sermon we've been preaching for a while, and I think more people are starting to listen, more people starting to understand who the clowns are. Less people are starting to give gestures their views that's required for them to continue to do the bullshit. So that's a positive, which is what we started this whole live for in the first place. I just want people to understand that, because I'm sure there are people in the audience who came on here today not looking to hear about the coping mechanisms from the negative perspective. But I think it's important that we speak on that. I think a lot of people came on here because there are people who have kinks and perversions that stem from childhood or early adulthood situations that they're ashamed of, that are actually sexual triggers for them in their subconscious. And I want them to understand that that's what this lifestyle is for. The lifestyle is for people who have sexual perversions and kinks that stem from wherever they stem from, however we became these type of sexual creatures. It gives us the ability to now cope with them within this lifestyle without any type of judgment or negative comments, so to speak. I think what's making most of them shy of doing so is what Wavy's talking about. Those who come here for the purpose of now having to, or giving them the ability to now present themselves as an alter ego, because I agree with something he said earlier. A lot of people got double pages on this Facebook. I know I have a double page. I have my page where, for some reason, even though no matter how many times I tell people my LS page is Deuce and Kimberly, they still add themselves on my page. And that page is for my aunts and everybody who don't know about my sexual deviancies. Even though when I do posts, some people from the LS have a tendency to try and comment on my deviancies on the post, and I got deleted, which is why everybody from the lifestyle, because every morning when I wake up, I got at least 6 friend requests. Deuce and Kimberly LS is my LS page. I know you see me under here under Deuce Williams, and I do have a page under Deuce Williams, but Deuce and Kimberly LS is my lifestyle page. If you guys want to reach out to me for any questions or comments or in an effort to get to know who we are, that's what we can do. But I just want to say to those who are, because I say this all the time, there are people who are watching, and remember, man, you talked about this before, Mark, and you found out the other day, you never know who's watching, right? And it's constant people watching, and it's people who are watching for guidance from us. And I tell people, the one thing I like about Mark and that I agree with is a lot of the things that we speak on because we fucked up enough to know how to do it the right way, right? Or at least what we feel is the right way. May not be the right way for you. But I know that a lot of people come here because they're looking for answers and they're looking for change, right? So when I speak, for those who think I'm a constant serious person, I am a constant serious person, but I'm also a approachable person who's funny. I can be funny at times. Me and Mark sit behind stage, we laugh about things behind closed doors, right? And so we laugh about quite a bit of shit behind closed doors. But I speak about things serious about this because I hold this lifestyle dear to my heart. I've been part of this lifestyle since I was 19 years old. Like I tell everybody, I'll be 50 in June. And I hold the true essence and what this was made for, to close to my heart. And I saw a post earlier, and I wasn't going to mention this, but I'm going to mention it anyway so people can understand my concept on this. I see a lot of people say the new lifestyle. I saw somebody put a post up today saying that everything has an innovation. If you look up the definition of innovation, it's taking the original product and making it better or more efficient, right? What we're doing is not making the product better, nor is it making it more efficient. It's making it bullshit. So you can't call that innovation. You can call that change, but it's not change for the better. So what I'm looking forward to is educating people on how to make it better. And that social media has made it better because it gives us the ability to, gives us a larger platform for those who have our sexual desires, our sexual triggers to come together. But a lot of the shit that's going on, like what Wavy was talking about, what we've been talking about for months, none of that shit is lifestyle, right? And a lot of the things that are feeding into the lifestyle have absolutely nothing to do with the lifestyle. They have everything to do with your own personal problems, your own personal hangups, wanting to represent yourself as someone other than what you are, right? On a negative plane. Because I tell people, even on the sexual plane, although we have our sexual triggers and sexual perversions, we act out our alter egos from a sexual standpoint in a positive manner, right? What you're doing and what those people are doing, and I mean, they know who we're talking about. It's not positive, and this lifestyle was not built for anything that was negative. Now, there's negativity in everything, right? There's negative people in everything. There's fuck people, as Mark say, not fuck girls and fuck boys, but fuck people in everything.
Yeah, Angie coined that phrase right there.
She coined that one. Yeah, fuck
she's
people
like the
everything.
fuck people.
But what we have to do is, the more that we limit the amount of fuck people we have around us, it makes it easier for us to, like Wavy said earlier, have those who want to be fuck people suffer consequences, right? Which is blacklisting. I say this all the time. I mean, I know some group owners don't like the idea of blacklisting people because, I mean, I don't understand the logic to that. But if you're a person who's known to cause problems, why the fuck would I want you in my party? Like, if you go to a club, if you was known to go to a club and you was always known to be, the last week you went in the club, you shot the club up. You think you're gonna come back to the club the next week and they're gonna be like, hey, welcome back?
Yeah, fuck no.
Fuck no.
Fuck
you gotta
no.
get the fuck out of here. Right. And you know, so certain things we have to as adults say are unexcusable. And if we're trying to create an environment that's about like-minded, because I like when Wavy pointed out there's a difference between open-minded and like-minded, because like-minded is something that it's not just encompassed in our sexual perversions, but in the type of people that we are, type of circles that we are. This brother is an educated brother who went to college, majored in journalism, minored in English. This lifestyle is filled with people like that. I'm a college educated person, right? I'm a what Mark is college educated and an entrepreneur. So this lifestyle is not filled with ratchet motherfuckers, right? And to be honest with you, in my 30 years of dealing with this, I may have come across people I may not want to fuck with, but I've never come across people that was ratchet, right? But I've dealt with people who, like a sister who was the manager for the Federal Reserve, whole host of people. I mean, like judges. I've been in parties with judges. I've been in parties with lawyers, big time lawyers. And Mark said, he's been in parties where he got to sign a disclaimer not to say who was there. So this lifestyle's filled with a lot of prominent people, a lot of good people, and it's a lot of good people who are out here that tune in every day. And I know you guys are looking for a better product, and that's what we're here to push. So if you do have those sexual desires that you want to use lifestyle as a coping mechanism for, well, hold tight. Better times are coming, and you're going to be able to express yourself the way you want to express yourself when we get everything in order.
That's dope. That's dope.
But before we lead off, I want to say this. You know, it's not all about being a good person or a bad person. It's about being understanding. It's about when somebody pull your coat about a mistake that you made. It's about being mature enough to correct the errors in your ways and action. You feel me? It's like age doesn't equate to maturity. You have to find it within yourself to accept a flaw in your character and to improve on that flaw. That's what growth and development is about. So it's not whether people are good or bad, it's whether they recognize a problem and fixing it within themselves. And if they don't fix it within themselves, then why would I want to deal with them if they don't want to improve? Because if they don't want to improve on themselves, how are they going to improve our relationship? And secondly, you know, a lot of people use their news feed, or a lot of people use their Facebook page as a therapy session. I'm gonna say this: a lot of people don't give a fuck about your problems because they have problems of their own. You feel me? They have problems of their own. They just see it as a form of entertainment. That's why me personally, a lot of people don't know the problems that I go through because first of all, I'm not giving these motherfuckers the satisfaction to use my problems against me, because when people see you vulnerable, they're going to use that against you. You feel me? So I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. Second of all, you should have wise counsel outside of the lifestyle, outside of social media. So when you post something on social media, people would not use that against you. You should have people outside the matrix, outside of social media, to give you wise counsel, to give you words of wisdom. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, social media is about entertainment. You know what I'm saying? If you really want therapy, that's what friends and family are for. And if you don't have friends and family, then see a therapist. But fake book, and yes, I said fake book because fake book is a lot of, you know, smoke and mirrors. If you really want genuine help, you should go outside the matrix, because people got problems of their own. And, you know, when you use the lifestyle as a coping mechanism, people will use it against you. Because miserable people love other miserable people, so they want you just as miserable as them. Anyway, I said enough. I know, you know, editing is a bitch, because I'm a content creator, and editing. I know that editing is a bitch. So yeah. I said what I had to say, but I want to end off on that.
Yeah, because you're gonna have me in the lab for a hot minute there, buddy. All right, guys. So a lot was said. A lot of jewels were dropped. Again, I'm Mark King, Lifestyle with Mark King. And I'm going to end it by saying thank you guys for tuning in tonight. There is a question that I did put up, and it says, what about when people do fuck shit? And I'm going to be honest with you when I'm answering this question. It depends on what type of fuck shit it is. You dig me? If it's something that is a violation where you feel family may be threatened, disrespected, someone stole from you, somebody did something on a level where you feel you need to handle your shit, I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to handle your business. You know, we are men and women, and what constitute violation for one person may not constitute violation for another person. Some people can turn the cheek and some people won't turn the cheek. But I will say this, try to stay off Facebook with your shit. You know, I try my best to stay off Facebook, whatever I'm dealing with, because people do view it as entertainment. Because as Wave mentioned, social media is entertainment. And I'm going to say one more thing. We always want to point fingers and say, you know, it's drama, or the veterans causing the drama in LS, it's this person causing the drama. But as Deuce alluded to and Wave alluded to, see, if we're not there to put the battery in these motherfuckers back, if we're not there to edge them on, if we're not there to clap, if we're not there to give them the 50 views or the 300 views or the 100 views, if we're not there to instigate the situation, right, then there's no life to it. So we're just as bad by instigating the situation than the motherfucker that's on there airing out the situation, you know? And I can speak on this from something that happened recently when we did the live last week, when Deuce and I decided that we were going to have Chris, Bonnie, and Dawu on the show in an attempt to bring some type of solidarity to the situation. And to be quite honest, Dawu was the first person I spoke to, and he agreed. And even when I spoke to Chris behind the scenes, you know, I spoke to Chris and I said, you know, Chris, you know, we got to deal with this, you know, as gentlemen. And what ended up happening? Well, consequently, Dawu didn't come on the show. And then that blew over into another thing where people instigating and throwing batteries in people's back, and people who have nothing to do with trying to bring things together have negative things to say. And that itself can lead into other situations. So a lot of times, a lot of us are hypocritical, you know, because people don't know what's working behind the scenes. You know, people don't know how long Chris and I decided to move on from our situation and how long we've been communicating for. But my business and his business is nobody else's business. And I always say that. So with that said, guys, use my plights as an example to try to do better. Use other people's plights as an example to try to do better and not to make the same mistakes. With that said, love and light. I'm Mark King. It's the Lifestyle with Mark King. Tomorrow is Friday, guys, so it's going to be Fun Friday. We're going to talk about something fun because we've been beating y'all head all fucking week with the shit that's been going on. But I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Love hard, man. Play hard, work hard, be successful. Remember, the difference between those who are successful and those who fail is the person who is successful failed more. That means he never gave up. Or she never gave up. They kept trying until they found out how to solve that paradox. And that's what it is. You know, just work hard, guys. Love you guys. Peace.